I call to order the Type A Economic Development Corporation Board for April the 8th. It is 6:01 and a half. We have a quorum, and first order of business then will be a citizens forum. Do we have any? No, ma'am. All right. We'll move on to the regular agenda. We will review and discuss questions related to the budget report and financial statement for March 2024.
Good evening, board. I hope you all are doing well this evening. I am happy to report that our fund balance is still doing really well. We have just a little over 1.9 million in our fund balance, so we're sitting nicely there. Our monthly average for our sales tax, it is down 1.8%, but that's not anything I don't think really to be concerned about. We have one of our major businesses that pay quarterly, and that's been causing it to fluctuate. So I would be surprised in the next month or so if it'll spike and then kind of doing a roller coaster because of that. I think that they just chose to do it quarterly. We just noticed that. So other than that, I mean, we're sitting pretty well. Does anybody have any questions?
There are no questions. We'll move on to item number 2, discuss, consider possible action on the March 11th, 2024 meeting minutes. Are there any questions about those? Do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay. I have heard a motion to approve and a second. All right, we'll move on to number 3, discuss, consider possible action regarding the agreement between the City of the Joshua Economic Development Corporation and the Joshua Area Chamber of Commerce.
Board, we have renewed the contract that was previously in place several years ago. As you know, the chamber was kind of put on hold during COVID, and then we lost the president, and then they hired one, and then that president went to take another position, and so we were left in limbo for a little while. So we finally just kind of came up with a new contract. So in front of you is what the terms are. This contract was designed for the $18,000 that the EDC had agreed to give to the chamber to assist in events and other entities that they might need to invest in. I think the main reason for this was to kind of give them a clear view of what we were hoping the chamber would assist economic development and business retention, and kind of keeping me appraised of when buildings, because I can't be everywhere, so it helps for us to know when some vacancies are open, some real estate is available, and then if we can work closely together, it also helps for me to push that out for developers and investors.
Any questions about the agreement?
Yeah, I got a couple. Have we set any specific targets, any specific timeframes for maybe membership enrollment or revenue collection, anything like that?
I don't think that's anything that we can demand to do, because we are not, the chamber is not part of the city. It's a total separate entity, and I want to be very careful. I want it to stay that way. So the $18,000 that we chose to provide to them was just to assist in events, mainly, and for the events, just so she doesn't have to keep coming to the board and ask for money to sponsor events and things like that.
Events you're talking about, like the one that we're having
Spring on
weekend.
Main,
Okay.
the movies in the park.
Okay.
Not this one, this year.
Spring.
Sure, absolutely.
Spring in the park, we have on the books right now fall in the park, and then Christmas, our Christmas parade and all, and somewhere in there, we wanted to add a gala for awards banquet that we never do. I myself personally think we have three too close together. I'd like to kick the gala after the first of the year. I have had approval on that with board, but, that's what I'm hoping I can do, because it's just too close for sponsorship. They see me coming and they do that. So, but other than that, I've got 15 new members just this month. Yeah, so, yes, and we've reached a really good, as far as fundraising for this, thing, like $4,000, I think, not kidding, so that's pretty good. I feel like we're doing all right. So far, so good. People are starting to come back that have been gone for a while, and that's a good sign too, so.
We have received a lot of really positive feedback regarding the chamber.
Thank you, I'm glad to hear that.
Any other questions about the agreement? Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve this agreement between the city, the Economic Development Board, and the chamber? A motion to approve?
I will abstain.
I'm just finishing reading it real quick. I guess I do have a question, Molly. With you saying that we don't have any oversight yet, how can we have an agreement? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I think that's just, if we don't see a good collaboration between the two, we can pull the money. It is being paid quarterly at $4,500 a quarter to make up the $18,000 for the year. And I believe it's just in order for us to say, hey, we're gonna continue to give this money to you annually, but this is kind of what we want in return. Just really more the collaboration. And just so that the chamber continues to gather memberships and participate in events and really just overall community commitment.
Support our businesses.
So who drafted this?
Our city attorney.
So what we're saying in this agreement, in short, is if these performance measures are not met and the financial oversight is not to our liking, then we just withdraw the $18,000. Is that what we're saying? Okay,
And it's to the point where we've already paid it. That's why we chose to do it quarterly, to where we no longer supply that amount. We just stop the payment, and then we won't renew it next year.
So what did we vote on last month then? I thought we approved the $18,000 to be given to them.
You did.
That was the return of stuff that we were holding for them on the changeover from previous president to president.
And it's already been approved in our budget. You approved all that.
This is an additional 18,000?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
I misunderstood then.
No, I'm sorry. No, this is the initial, you have already approved, and council approved it when it was in our budget, when we went through the whole budget process.
So who wanted to do it quarterly is my question.
I think it's the way it's always been done for finance side, and I think it's a little bit easier on the finance side to issue that check quarterly.
Okay. Okay, I'm making a motion to approve it.
Do I hear a second?
Awesome.
So I've heard a motion to approve in a second. We will go to the next item, number 4.
Call for a vote.
Oh, vote. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Did we also need to call for a vote on the
Yes, we
minutes?
do.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. New kid here. Well, not so much a kid, but anyway. Let's go back to item number 3. Let's take a vote on that. That was agreement Excuse me, number 2, the minutes. The vote, all those in favor? Anyone opposed? Number 3, same thing. All in favor? Anyone opposed?
I am. On chamber.
You abstained, correct?
You
Abstain.
abstained, okay.
So
One,
I have a question as far as sequencing goes. Did we muck things up by calling for a motion and then a second before we carried the vote on item 3, but we were still not voted on item 2?
Okay, would you like for
So-
me to back up and start with the minutes again?
Well, actually, if you could do it on 3, correct? You have to do it because we're already in the middle of 3.
Mhm.
If you could just finish out 3, and then
Okay.
you can backtrack to 2.
Okay. On number 3. I heard a motion to approve. I heard a second. And then I heard one that was abstaining. And then we're taking the vote. All those in favor? Did I get it right that time?
Oh, we need to redo the whole.
I think we need to call for a motion, a second, a
Okay.
vote,
I will start all over again on number
and
3.
carry.
Okay, on
my
number
guess.
3. I do not have my Robert's Rules of Order here. Do I hear a motion for the city, for the agreement between the city of the Economic Development Board Corporation with the Joshua Area Chamber of Commerce? Do I hear a motion in favor of that?
I make a motion to approve that.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
I'll say.
And I have one gentleman who is now abstaining from voting. So the rest of us, do you agree? In favor? And I couldn't see, did your hand go up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, want to make sure I didn't miss you. All right, that passed. Then we'll go back to item number 2, the very important meeting minutes of March the 11th, 2024. Do I hear a motion?
Once again, I'll make a motion to approve.
And do we have a second? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, was approved. Whew, now we can go to my favorite one, number 4. Oh, what happened? Oh, we can do it over again?
Nope,
No,
you're good.
no.
To make sure she had it in the right order. We're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think we
All
carried.
right.
Just reminded us, I'd forgotten everything y'all did before, all the motions, and we just went with the new ones, so everybody's on the same page.
Okay.
Thank
Perfect.
you. We are now ready to go to item number 4. Discuss, consider,
No, sir.
and possible action regarding 380 agreement between
see you.
the Joshua Economic Development Corporation and Whataburger Corporation for the development located at 1044 South Broadway in Joshua.
So this is the day we've been waiting for. So we are happy to report that we do have this preliminary agreement. Again, it has come to us. It is also in front of the Whataburger Corporation. They have already received the LOI with everything that is in this agreement that you all approved last month. So nothing has changed. They have not made any comments on it. I did notify them that once it is approved by the A board, it will go to city council on the 18th to be approved. They all seemed very happy with it. But again, I won't know for sure until I hear back from them officially when they're ready to sign all this. But as far as I have been told, they are very pleased with this.
You're saying Whataburger. Okay.
Do you have a timeline on when they'll get back to you?
Well, we will, they're probably gonna wait until it gets approved the 18th of
Okay.
city council, just so they can make sure it's been approved by both entities, just to be safe. So, and I didn't require anybody to sign anything, until the city council we'll have them sign it and then send it back to them.
Anything change from what's in here than what we talked about last month?
Nothing has
Okay.
changed. It is identical. As soon as you approved it, I sent the LOI to the city attorney and drafted up the agreement.
Any questions about the agreement? We take a moment to look through it.
City's gonna pay how much for demolition?
That
That's the
is,
next one.
it says, in the section, it gives an amount, a max amount.
That's the next one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it gives the max amount. And just as a reminder, they are taking out that old yellow house that is on Highway 174 that is right next to 7-Eleven.
That's
It's
the
in
next
between.
one, though, right?
Yeah.
That's the next
Top
one.
of
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Five.
Jumped ahead on you.
Sorry.
Was there a misstep in how that's listed, between what we're calling the corporation on item 5 versus the PDF?
5, you said, or section
Yeah.
5?
I understand that there's synonymous groupings there, but because, under item 5, we call it the SMI, Southern Multi-Food Inc., but then under the
Two
PDF,
different companies.
It's two different
we're calling
things,
it Taco
isn't it?
Bell.
Yes, but we're not to that.
That's an entirely different thing,
Still on
isn't it?
four.
We're still on,
We're
yeah,
on 4.
Since we broached that, that's the other part of the conversation. I was
Okay.
asking about
Okay.
clarification on that.
yes.
All right, so we are still on item 4. And are there any questions about the agreement? Do I hear a motion to accept this agreement?
I'll move to approve 380 agreement between Joshua Economic Development Corporation, and Waterbury Corporation for Development located 1044 South Broadway in Joshua, Texas.
Do I hear a second?
Second?
All those in favor, please raise your hand.
I,
Okay. It's unanimous. Now we can move on to number 5. Discuss, consider possible action regarding the 380 agreement between Joshua Economic Development Corporation and SMI, Southern Multi-Foods Incorporated, for a development located at 113 South Broadway in Joshua, Texas.
As stated previously, SMI Southern Multi-Foods is the corporation that is Taco Bell. And as we discussed before, they are going to be going into that property right next to 7-Eleven where that old yellow house is. That'll be in between, like I said, 7-Eleven and then
The green guy.
yes.
Burrito place.
Yes. So we are very excited about the demolition of that home. It will require asbestos. It has come back positive. So they do have to do that abatement and do that first, and then they will demo the home. We did talk to Taco Bell Friday, and they are looking at the asbestos abatement to start in the next few weeks, as well as demoing the home completely, and then they will officially have broken ground. So they were looking at breaking ground in May, so they're ready to hit the ground running. As soon as all this stuff's approved, they're ready. It's been a long time coming for them, so I would assume this is gonna go up fairly quickly.
So on the reimbursement for the asbestos removal, Taco Bell is assuming that obligation to do that.
They are handling and we will reimburse. That's part of the agreement.
other question, is there currently a street to some of the houses behind that? And
There
if
is.
so, how, will that be pulled into the parking area? Will that still be city street?
It will still be maintained as a city street. They have reduced their footprint to come into that piece of property. And we have received the full site plans and they've done it beautifully. That street will not be affected by them at all.
I was hoping it might be improved.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, being that, I don't know how much that is used. I don't know if you are aware
Quite a
how
bit.
much it's used
Quite a
coming in
bit.
and out of there?
If you close that street off, they'd be driving through AutoZone parking lot.
Would it? Okay. So that has not been mentioned. We did not require that be upfitted. And the city engineer there will be an emergency exit that exits onto that. And that emergency exit, what I mean by that is if somebody needs to get out, and I say emergency, but if they're in line and they decide they don't want Taco Bell anymore, they have a way to get out.
Oh, that's what I was wondering about. Okay, kind of like what we have behind Panda Express.
Yes. Yes, there's a way to get out. Okay.
Four-wheel drive is for.
Mhm.
Minor.
Are there any questions? Okay.
Looks like what we agreed to.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve the agreement between the Economic Development Board and SMI Southern Multi-Foods Incorporated?
I'll make the motion to accept.
A second?
Second?
All right, let's all vote. Those in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, it was passed. All right, we are now down to D, future agenda items. Anyone have anything that they want on the agenda? It is 6:30.